Tom Homan, the then acting director of ICE, said that he was going to threaten to refer me to DOJ.
You can claim you're educating those constitutional rights. Okay, you can keep that claim. But what she in fact doing, telling people don't open your door, hide in your home, don't talk to ICE.
Well, here we go. This is not the first time Tom Homan has suggested that AOC could possibly be arrested for impeding or obstructing ICE agents by helping out illegal immigrants a little too much.
And when we first did one of these seminars, Tom Homan, the then acting director of ICE, said that he was going to threaten to refer me to DOJ because I'm using my free speech rights in order to advise people of their constitutionally guaranteed protections, and he may want to do it again today. And to that I say, come for me. You're going to have to come for me. Do I look like I care?
Now, real quick, we will get to Tom Homan's response. However, this is what AOC is referring to. She has done this before as far as one of these seminars.
So when you know your rights, you are able to tell them no, and they do walk away. What you can do is protect people around you and also make sure that you are slowing down this system. The slower they operate, the less they can break.
Because the way that we guarantee in this moment, when people say, how do we protect against everything that's going on? How do we make sure that what can we do to prevent this erosion, all this stuff that's happening? We do it by exercising and using our constitutional rights.
Now remember, Tom Homan has been in law enforcement for a very long time, and when you look at the definition of obstructing, willfully hinders, delays, or obstructs any law enforcement officer in the discharge of his or her official powers or duties. As you can see, this gets to be a very gray area, and this is why Tom Homan is saying this.
That up to DOJ. What I find disturbing is that any member of Congress wants to educate people how they evade law enforcement. You can claim you're educating those constitutional rights. Okay, you can keep that claim. But what she in fact doing, telling people don't open your door, hide in your home, don't talk to ICE. We're talking about people who are in the country illegally, committed a crime, they're a public safety threat, they've been convicted of serious crime, and they've been ordered removed by a federal judge. So it's like AOC and others don't want ICE to enforce the laws that they enacted. She's a member of Congress. Let us enforce the laws you enacted. That's what we're supposed to do.
You can't go after her. Do you think others should?
No, I think I've asked DOJ, where's that line of impediment, of interference? Now, if someone stands in your way, prevents you from arresting somebody, put your hands on it, that's impediment. But what line is telling people to hide from ICE, not open the door? Where do you cross that line on impediment? So I've simply asked the department.
Now, like I had said before, this is not the first time where Tom Homan has suggested or asked, hey, is AOC crossing that line? Could there be some legal issues here? And this is not the first time AOC has called out Tom Homan. Where things are different, though, is back then it seems like AOC actually cared a little bit more about being arrested. She was actually asking, am I under investigation to the DOJ? But now it doesn't seem like she really cares that much. Now, that is the part the media is not going to show you. AOC was very visibly disrupted by the fact that she had a protester. How could AOC have a protester? According to the media, AOC is loved, and Bernie Sanders, they're a team now. Don't get it twisted. Even though AOC has a ton of momentum right now, absolute destruction within the Democrat Party as far as the totality of the polling. They don't have a leader, but I thought I'd point out that she did have a protester within her own little conference.
They've also ramped up deportations, including deportations to Guantanamo and also to El Salvador, which is completely illegal. And I don't even want to call them deportations. They are sanctioned kidnappings in many circumstances. They want to talk about why America is great or making America great. Our civil liberties and our civil protections are part of what makes America great. It is our democracy. And when you want to shred up our Constitution and eliminate due process, it is one of the most, it's attacking what it means to be an American. And it is eroding and degrading what it means to be an American when we rip up our Constitution and due process. And that's exactly what they're doing here.
Now, I will be honest with you, this is where Republicans start to lose the argument. When you say, I don't care if they're an illegal immigrant, they shouldn't have any rights, I don't care. It doesn't matter what you think. According to the Constitution, everybody has the protected right for due process, even if you don't like the person. I know that could be hard to swallow or understand, but that is the Constitution. But what the difference is here is due process. How long is it going to take? Are we going to stretch this out? Are the taxpayer dollars going to spend millions of dollars per case, per individual, per the millions of illegal immigrants within this country? This is a new process or problem because we never expected that we would have millions upon millions upon millions of people that Democrats want all of this due process for, when you can really point the blame to Joe Biden for letting all of these illegal immigrants into the country. This is why we have such a divide.
First of all, I think she's, I won't go after her on
Tom, please do. Please do. Say what's on your mind. It's a holiday.
Look, she's the dumbest congresswoman ever elected to the Congress, and she proves that every day. And look, bottom line is, I can't believe any member of Congress, Republican, Democrat, Independent, would want to educate criminal illegal aliens who are in the country illegally, been convicted of a violent crime, and have been ordered removed by an immigration judge after due process at great taxpayer expense. You got a congressman or congresswoman that does not want ICE to do the job that Congress has mandated them to do and funds them to do.
Now, if you're unaware, Tom Homan has always been very critical of AOC, and ever since they have met face to face, I'm going to show you this clip. Things have always just gone downhill. They've never seen eye to eye.
Mr. Homan, your name is on this. Is this correct?
Yes, I signed that memo.
So you are the author of the family separation policy?
I am not the author of this memo.
You're not the author, but you signed the memo?
Yes, a zero tolerance memo.
So you provided the official recommendation to Secretary Nielsen on for the United States to pursue family separation?
I gave Secretary Nielsen numerous recommendations on how to secure the border and save lives.
But it says here that you gave her numerous options, but the recommendation was option 3, family separation.
What I'm saying, this is not the only paper where we've given the Secretary numerous options to secure the border and save lives.
And so the recommendation, of the many that you recommended family separation.
I recommended zero tolerance.
Which includes family separation.
The same as is with every U.S. citizen parent gets arrested when they're with a child.
Zero tolerance was interpreted as the policy that separated children from their
If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence, I separated that father from his family.
Mr. Homan, with all due respect, legal asylees are not charged with any crime.
When you're into the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum, you go through the port of entry, do it the legal way. The Attorney General of the United States has made that clear.
Okay.
Now, again, this was like the first time we saw the interaction between Tom Homan and AOC. I don't think anyone would have ever predicted that. Here we are in 2025, and they are still butting heads today. I also want to add, the situation was not as bad as it was today. So you're probably asking, why would AOC feel so comfortable to question Tom Homan like that when he's an expert? Trust me, a lot of people were asking that question back then, but today, the situation's a lot different. A lot more illegal immigrants are in the country. I think a lot of you guys know that, but I wanted to give you a little more context.
I mean, am I wrong that there are not many Americans in this country who am I wrong that there are not many Americans in this country who they have aspirations that are outside of building unimaginable wealth?
Well, I think
how is that controversial?
I think there's a long way from, having the dream of building unimaginable wealth to also having, a lot of people just want the aspiration.
According to Kevin, I'm besmirching the American dream.
The aspiration to not have to struggle every day. I mean,
exactly.
and to have a job or have a career or have a business that allows them to live a life where they're not living paycheck to paycheck, living under constant anxiety. And so I agree with Kevin. The American dream is believing that you live in a country where if you achieve the status that you want to achieve so that you're not struggling or that you are filthy rich, that some politician is not going to come along and try to take it away from you and tell you you're the enemy. That's her program. If you made it, if you worked hard and you have talent, she says you're corrupt and you're the enemy. And that's why I think Kevin's right. It's not going to fly.
Now, Scott Jennings is talking in the context of AOC. What I'm trying to bring up is that AOC's perspective of the American dream involves everyone, to include illegal immigrants, and Scott Jennings is simply pointing out, look, AOC has a very corrupted mind when it comes to the American dream, and a lot of Americans just don't agree with her, whether on the basis of deportations, whether on the basis of taxes. AOC really does take that extreme stance of it's for everybody, the American dream, even for illegal immigrants, because who knows, maybe eventually they will become legal immigrants, or maybe we can slow down ICE arrest enough to where they could become a legal citizen. I have no idea where AOC is going or what direction she's trying to point illegal immigrants in. As far as getting a pathway to citizenship, I have no idea.
So they're saying she's not doing her job. We either don't know her or she's never in her office. We never see her here.
She represents two areas, the Bronx and Queens. And these areas are beautiful, full of life, full of cultured people that need help. Their lifestyle is just falling apart. And with her voice, she can do so much good, but doesn't use it for good. She came over to Jackson Heights last night and, she spoke out to the crowd, and the crowd that was there feels like they were placed. She acted like, an entertainer. She was rushed out of the auditorium and, to where her car was outside, and didn't speak to anyone, didn't shake any hands. She's not here. She's acting like just an entertainer, a rock star, flying around in private jets and not really caring about the issues that are affecting our constituents.
So she says she's fighting the oligarchy. It's fascinating, Ramsey. I'm surprised.
Now, again, I keep playing these clips because for some reason, AOC is perceived as one of the greatest leaders the Democrat Party has ever seen, yet you even have people within her own districts showing up on Fox News and even saying it's not what you think it is. In fact, I'm sure almost all of us have never seen this clip before.
For much long because of the climate crisis. We only have a few months left. I love that you support the Green Deal, but it's not getting rid of fossil fuel. It's not going to solve the problem fast enough. A Swedish professor saying, we can eat dead people, but that's not fast enough. So I think your next campaign slogan has to be this: we got to start eating babies. We don't have enough time. There's too much CO2. All of you, you're a pollutant. Too much CO2. We have to start now, please. You are so great. I'm so happy that you're really supporting the Green Deal, but it's not enough,
All right, so if you are still watching this video, I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here. God bless, and we'll see you all later. Will AOC be arrested? I have no idea.